What's going on, fellow growers? This is Andrew from Tail Wagging Farms, coming to you inside today to go over a little bit of spring prep that we can do, the inside edition. So today I want to go over a couple items that we can get done in the house to get ourselves a little better prepared for the upcoming gardening season. It's the end of January right now, and it's been really rainy here in North Carolina, so come on along as I get some of this stuff done. The first item I want to go over today is inventorying. There's a lot of stuff that we need to keep track of throughout the growing season. One of the most important ones is seeds. Some other ideas are canning lids, little stuff like that. Your soil, your plastic containers, all of this stuff, it's better to get it ordered now than to wait during the busy season when they might be out of seeds, they might be out of canning lids. We've run into that situation before and scrambling to find lids. Just get it done now, get ahead of the game, and hopefully that'll lead to a more successful season. So first things first, I'll show you how we inventory our seeds. What we do to organize our seeds is we use these photo cases. Inside each one, you have all the different varieties of seeds that are listed on the top. These are direct sow. We use a label maker, keeps things nice and organized. This is one of 3 boxes of flower seeds that we have, and we have 2 more boxes of vegetable seeds. In order to keep track of all of these, we use a couple of different methods. This right here is a spreadsheet of just the vegetable seeds. Got our sow dates, spacings, days to harvest. I'll fill it in as I start seeds in the house to go outside, and I can list when I pot them up and all of that. Kim prefers to do things paper and pencil. She uses a garden notebook just for flowers. She writes down all the similar information in here, keeping track of all of this so that we can go back to it next year and make notes on what we did right, what we did wrong, and how we can improve on next season. And the old standby, the old trusty, is the calendar. So what we do here, we take our last frost date, which is the 2nd week of April, we count back, then we add onto our calendar all of the different things that we need to start these weeks. So 10 weeks before the last frost, you see all of this stuff that needs to be started. By doing this, we're able to stay organized and be a little more efficient in starting our seeds. It really comes in handy 6 to 8 weeks before the last frost date when it gets pretty busy up here in the seed starting section. Kind of give you a little tour of what we got going on right now. Here's a quick little seedling tour of what we've got started so far. This is our 12 and 11 weeks before frost date stuff. Got our onions coming up real nice. Peek in there. Those are all super hot chilies. 27 different varieties. These were started a couple days ago. Might be able to see a couple little starts. Coleus, foxglove, dichondra, and eucalyptus. Also in here we got a couple of things started. Lavender, milkweed, dianthus. These were just started today. There's a couple of plants that were potted up. One thing as growers that we often neglect is our tools. Wintertime is a good time to take advantage of the little bit of time inside that we have to check over the conditions of the tools we use throughout the season. It's a good time to check them over for any rust, see if any bolts need replacing, sharpening them, adding any lubricant, maybe a little paint here or there for ones that look a little rougher. And one of the most tedious jobs I find is cleaning up the handles. So today I'm going to make a handle that looks like this turn into this. To knock down this worn, dirty finish, I like to use my orbital sander. You can use just sandpaper in your hand and it works just as well, it just takes a little while longer. I start with 120 grit, then I end up finishing with 220. Let's get started. Another couple of the outdoor tasks that you could do is sharpen cutting tools such as your pruners, if you use a machete, any type of hose that need to be sharpened like a Japanese hand hoe or onion hose, stuff like that. This is a good time to get all that done indoors. Then if you get a warmer day outside, one thing I like to do is if you have any gas powered tools that you did not winterize, it's a good idea to start them up, make sure the battery works, let them run up for a little bit, get warm, and get some oil pressure going through them. Did it the other day with my mower. We don't get that cold here though, so I don't really need to winterize it. It's also a good idea to look at some of your hand tools and make sure there's no spots of rust on them. If there is, clean them off, paint them. I need to paint my wheelbarrow this year, stuff like that. I just need to get the rust off, sand the rust down, and give it a nice spray coat, and try to get all my tools looking as good as I possibly can for the season. Well, we're all done sanding. We're down to a nice bare wood here. It's about to start raining here, so I'm gonna head into the hoop house and start adding some oil to this handle. What I'm gonna use to coat these handles is Howard Butcher Block Conditioner. I've never used this before, first time using it. I've used linseed oil and mineral oil in the past, and this product has mineral oil with beeswax and carnauba wax that's both food safe. And just apply it on, let it soak in, wipe it off, and do a couple coats, letting it dry in between, and hopefully I'll have a really pretty handle that'll stay nice and soft for the season. The rain is really starting to come down now out here. Got the first coat of conditioner applied and gonna let this dry for an hour. If it's still raining, I don't know, maybe come back tomorrow and finish the job, but it's already looking better after one coat, so we're well on our way to a nice finish. I was able to get out here and get a couple more coats of wax on this handle, and let me say, it has come out beautifully. I'll bring you in for a close-up. Next on the list is to take care of something that we're all kind of guilty of from time to time. You're out there in the garden, you find some beautiful produce to harvest or some beautiful flowers. You use your pruners, you set them down, you head inside. It rains, then you forget where your pruners are. So, got some surface rust on them. Gonna take care of that today. Gonna use some Vapo Rust and soak it for a little bit, and then come back and clean them up. We'll be back when these are ready to be cleaned. Well, it's been about 2.5 hours. Pruners are looking pretty good. See how the Vapo Rust did. They look pretty much new. Now, we just wipe off any excess. Grab a little oil. Lube up the joint. Take any excess, just rub it on the blades to protect from rust. A little rub. And we got pruners that look like new. Another one of the often overlooked, what I consider garden tools, is things like your stand mixer, or your dehydrator, or your canning pots. All of these things that help us preserve our harvest really need to be in tip-top shape when it comes to our harvest season and canning season and preserving season. This workhorse right here, my KitchenAid stand mixer, needs a re-greasing. So that's what I'm going to do today, since it's been long overdue and the old girl needs a quick pick-me-up.
While I'm fixing this mixer here, here's a few other things that you can try to organize around the house during this cooler weather period. Things such as make sure all of your canning stuff is together. Your jar lifters, your canning funnels, your headspace measurers. And like I said with canning lids, always use new canning lids. Don't reuse canning lids. They're not meant to be used more than once. If you have a dehydrator, make sure that all your trays are good and clean, and the little sheets that go on like the Excalibur dehydrator. Those things are a pain to clean, but get them all super clean in the winter time before the spring dehydrating season comes around. Another couple of things, you can make sure, all of your tools for the outdoor cooking, for your grills, for if you have like a outdoor griddle or a smoker, make sure all your tools are together in one spot and ready to go, because I don't know about you, but I love cooking up all my fresh harvest outside as soon as I possibly can.
All right. Sounds great. Works like new. Not bad for a 20-plus-year-old mixer.
Well, fellow growers, thanks for coming out today to Tail Wagon Farms. Hope we gave you a few pointers on some stuff to accomplish before this weather turns into that beautiful springtime weather that we're all so accustomed to. I know you're getting itching to start some seeds. Check out the Seed Starting 101 video we put together. And like, subscribe. Let me know down in the comments anything else you want to learn. And have a good day and happy growing.